I've joined, I guess. I'm the one who's sending you messages. Yeah. Okay. Share. Okay. Hello, guys. We are live. We've got 3 participants watching it live. Oh, 7. Hi, guys. Hi. Welcome to Saturday Night Spooky Stories. The link is in the description to the meeting, and I'm just putting the same link on this thing to what is this thing? The live chat. If you've got a horror story to share, do join the link and share your stories. So, guys, yeah, I presume you guys are joining for the first time, Raja and Harish, right? You guys are joining here for the first time.
Yeah,
Yes,
it's first. Yeah, yeah.
this is my first time to.
So, to give you a small brief, what is it? This happens on every Saturday. We have it a virtual session. Have it as a virtual session. People join in, share their stories. We discuss about it, and then just yeah, as simple as that.
Is it mandatory to share a story? Because, like, I mean, I don't know. I don't have any story to share, to be very honest. Is that something mandatory?
It isn't a mandatory kind of thing, but it is definitely good to have. We would want to have such.
Ah,
So yeah, that's what this is the what do we call it? This is all about horror stories, right? So we want someone.
yes.
If you're joining here, we want you to share something. It doesn't have to be yours. It could be something which you heard from your friends, something you heard from your parents. Anything, any such sort would also be fine.
Okay, okay. Is that okay if I be on the call? Because today I don't have any stories to share, or should I just watch the YouTube live for now?
I mean, whichever works for you. It doesn't. It's not really that.
Okay, okay. Thank you.
No problem. For some reason, okay, hold on. Oh, is it because of this? Oh yeah. Okay, Raja, do you have anything? Hello, who is this new person join? I don't like this generation. Okay, I guess I know this person. Hello, I don't.
Hello, hi, I'm Sneha.
Hello, Sneha. Hi. You joined earlier.
You don't like the Gen Z.
I think today I'm going to share a short story.
Oh, super, super. Yeah. So yeah, you want to give it a start? You want to go start with your story first, then?
Yeah, I don't mind.
Yeah, please go ahead then.
So, this is something that happened with me
Okay.
and very recently. Um,
Interesting.
so, when I joined like the first few sessions,
Hmm.
I was actually living in that house when it was happening.
Oh.
The first session when I joined was like when it was happening. I was like always intrigued with paranormal and everything, but I did not know I will actually have an experience with paranormal firsthand. But
Okay.
after I joined this session, um, in like 3 days, I had my first paranormal experience,
Oh.
and I will be sharing more stories related to the same, like what all happened. But this is like a short um, one of the days what happened. I'll be sharing that today.
Yeah, yeah, please go ahead. Now you've created a lot of interest. You've given a lot of background story to it, so it is interesting. Unfortunately, we've got only 2 participants watching it. Yeah, but do listen to it.
Yeah, so I live in Mumbai,
Okay.
and I recently moved to this place, like a new. I got an apartment, and
Mm,
it was a rented place, 2 BHK.
mm.
But I work uh, for an American bank,
Okay.
and my work timings are from 5:30 p.m. to 3 a.m.
Okay.
And I used to come back home at like 3:30, and you immediately don't fall asleep because your mind is alert, right? Like
Mhm.
all these numbers, core finance, and then you can't just like fall asleep. So I used to watch Netflix,
Okay.
and just to like paint a picture for you guys, living room,
Mm.
um, and then the kitchen. Then there was the first room and the last room. So the last room was my bedroom, and it's like a corridor. Like it's
Okay.
like a all houses in Mumbai are usually like that. So
Okay.
it's like an alley, you can say.
Okay. Oh, you mean to say like there are two rooms on this side and two rooms on this side, and you've got alley in
Yeah,
between.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay. Yeah. Living room, kitchen, and there's an alley
yeah,
in between. To the right,
yeah,
the living room and kitchen. To the left, there are two bedrooms, sort of thing.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
It just
So
reminds me of a move. Sorry to interrupt, but there's a movie called Pisachi in Tamil. So his house is more or less the same. It's a Tamil movie where he's got a big hall and then he's got an alley, and at the alley end there's a kitchen, and on the other both on either side of the alleys you've got two bedrooms. So it's so similar to what you said. So yeah, please go ahead. Sorry. Yeah.
yeah, so like you mentioned, at the end was my bedroom
Hmm.
in my case, and there in the alley there was like on the left there was the kitchen, and on the right there was another bedroom,
Okay.
right?
Hmm.
And I used to sleep in the master bedroom, which was like the last bedroom. And I never like used to spend much time as such in that house because um, I used to just sleep. Mostly, I used to be at work, and then I would spend a few hours after waking up, and then again you get ready and go to work. And weekends also, you usually used to spend with friends. So there was this one day I never slept well in that house. I used to get these very weird sort of dreams, and I thought maybe it's because I'm new to the place and I'm just getting accustomed to this place, and because of my like work timings and everything. But the dreams used to always end up in me uh, being dead somehow.
Okay.
Like
Hmm.
in what in some dream I'm being strangulated, or I'm drowning in the second dream or something. And those dreams were vivid. There were many characters, but it would ultimately lead to my death.
Okay.
And I used to always like wake up in like anxiety, but I did not pay much heed to it because I used to wake up and like go to work, not think about it much. And I did not even think from this lens until I actually started like joining. The first time I actually joined this, I was like, it made me think about this angle too. And then I started realizing what was happening with me.
Oh wow. Okay.
Oh, and just to like let you know, guys, I've moved out of that place because it was,
Oh, good to know. Firstly, yeah,
yeah,
you're staying all alone there in that beauty.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay. Sure. Yeah. Please go ahead.
And so there was this like one day, usually how I wake up, I woke up and I was feeling good also that day. I went to the kitchen, uh, I got hot water, and I just took it and sat in the living room.
Okay.
I sat for like 5, 6 minutes on the couch,
Hmm.
and I was just sipping hot water normally, like I usually do. And so there was a full size mirror right in front of the so right in front of the couch there was TV,
Hmm.
and on the left there was this full size mirror,
Okay.
and there was dining table in front, and on the left side there was mandir. So I was basically standing
Hmm.
um, near the dining table. I could see myself in the mirror,
Okay. Yeah.
and through my like peripheral vision I could see the mandir. So it was not, it was like a unit, like a wardrobe sort of a thing,
Mhm.
and it had carvings. That mandir, like the door had carvings,
Okay.
and you open it and there were like two shelves and like everything, like my, I had like kept idols there
Okay.
that I brought from home.
Hmm.
So I had this painting of, I'm a staunch believer of Lord Shiva.
Okay.
So I painted a canvas,
Hmm.
which I'll be like, I if I can share, I will share on the chat later. So the canvas is of Shiva's back with Trishul. And
Okay.
there's Kailash Mountain.
Oh.
And I was just sipping water, and then I see from my like I have not opened the cabinet because I had not taken bath. So every time I used to take bath and open and like light diya, etc. But because of those like carvings, etc., I could like see some of it, right? I could see it from outside, the idols.
Hmm.
So standing in front of the mirror, and then that canvas, in that canvas, something changed.
Okay.
I saw an image of a woman, like a middle aged woman. Her face was extremely dehydrated, like a raisin, you can say. And it was,
Yeah. Sorry.
I
Sorry to interrupt. When you said in the Puja Mandir cabin, you saw that woman, or where did you actually see it? Sorry, I missed out that part.
so so the canvas itself, the painting I told you, right?
Oh, okay, okay. The
So
Shiva painting. Oh shit. Okay.
yeah.
Hmm.
So Shiva painting itself, I see a woman.
Hmm.
And that painting, how a light bulb flickers, right?
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
It was for one moment it was the Shiva's painting, and then the other I could like see the woman. And at that moment, I was my entire body became very cold. I was super scared. I didn't know like what to do, and uh, I was facing the mirror. And mirrors are supposed to be they're considered to be portals
Yeah.
of sorts,
Hmm.
right? And I knew this, so I did not look directly into the mirror. I was looking down, but I couldn't move my body at all. Like I was somehow like channelizing the energy, like to move a little bit and like get away, but I couldn't. I almost froze there. And this thing is happening in the background where this flickering sort of a thing is happening, right? And I am, I can't even think at that point. And suddenly I see that the woman is standing behind me now, you know?
You see? You mean in the mirror?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Shit. Okay.
And I don't see the woman directly,
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
but I can see that there's somebody standing behind me. And that woman was, I am 5'6".
Hmm.
So that woman was at least like 6'3".
Okay.
Okay. And I wanted to like say something. I wanted to like chant something. I wanted to like think about like something positive. But in that moment, I couldn't. It was super scary. I was not able to move even an inch. And later, like 5 minutes later, that woman holds my hand. I feel like somebody is holding my hand, like very tightly.
Okay. Sneha, so is this all happening in real, or is it part of your dreams, your nightmare sort of thing?
No, so this is I'll tell you. So it was like so uh real that I almost, I mean, I can like actually show you guys pictures
Sure.
later that
If you want to share your
when
screen now, I can give you the access.
uh
Mm.
not, I mean, I wouldn't want to share my screen, but yeah, I'll share it on the chat.
Sure,
Okay,
sure.
so I had like this um scar on my like hand also. So when she kind of held my hand, it was so tight that it was kind of hurting, but then I couldn't let go of it. I couldn't think of anything. I was like so blank. I felt like I do not have any I do not have a mind. I do not I don't know anything. I felt like,
You're not in your own control. You're not in control.
yeah, I am not like somebody else's, and it felt like that person is not wanting to leave without me. It felt like they wanted something from me, or they wanted me, that whatever, that lady. And then for like it lasted for 10 minutes, and then for whatever reasons, I believe that it was maybe because I'm a religious person, and because I believe in Lord Shiva so much, I believe that somehow like some positivity came, and like I felt like doing something. This flickering is happening again and again. So that was sort of like a sign for me. And every time, since childhood, I've always um chanted like a few mantras, like Om Namah Shivaya, the basic, and then I used I also like do chanting of Batak Bhairav mantra, all of that. But I never chanted this particular mantra that much. Um, it's called Mahamrityunjay mantra, and it starts with Om Trambakam. Okay,
Oh yeah, Om Triambakam is
Yajamahe, yes. And that mantra wouldn't have like come to me just randomly, because it is not something that I practice.
Hmm. Hello, Sneha.
Yeah.
Okay. What happened after that?
So then I finally said Om Trambakam, and that woman let go of me, and she came like really close to my face, and she screamed like very loud. It almost felt like it felt, I mean, I could feel it in my bones, her voice. It was that loud. And then it leaves. And finally I wake up. So this was all. I was given an explanation by like somebody who like um a friend of mine who is like a priest in a very
Hmm.
big temple, that all of this was happening in the astral plane. I don't know how many of you like know about astral plane,
Yeah.
but I think in one of the sessions we did talk about it,
Yes. Yes. Yes.
and people must have watched Insidious.
Yeah. Out of body experience where you feel
Yes.
you're sleeping, but you can see yourself and you can see your house, entire house. It feels
Yeah.
like real. Yeah. 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 What?
Yeah. So it was crazy, and this is like the, yeah, a very small experience.
This isn't a small experience for firstly, and then did you move out of that house right away after this incident, or did you stay for another 3 or 2 incidents to happen?
No, I stayed for like another 12, 13 days
Okay.
in that house.
No, that is also quite soon though. Yeah, but so did you
Yeah.
try to figure out what was wrong, what was happening there, was something wrong there, and did you get it for a cheaper rent compared?
No,
No,
no, no.
that is
So
one.
I did not. It was actually it is one of the most like it is a very like big society. Plus it was on the main road,
Oh,
right? And the house was like fully furnished and everything, and it was like a place that I wanted to stay for long. And
okay. Hmm.
so that they keep it for the garbage collectors to like come and pick it. when I moved to that house, I saw that the neighbor had kept a lot of stuff outside. Like there was a broom, there was a used underwear, there was a Fanta bottle, there was kurkure, there was chili, there was lemon. There were a lot of items, in fact, like 50 plus items that were kept outside his house, and not in a systematic manner. So I thought maybe it's uh, garbage that has not been collected. So I kind of ignored, and there were a lot of like things also written on his door, um, like some sayings from the scripture and all of that. And I just, and that guy used to do puja 5 times a day, and he used to light like burn incense sticks outside his door, like 10 incense sticks 5 times a day, 10, 10, like that.
So
And
sorry to interrupt. I lost you in between because of my network connection. So you're talking about the neighbor who's a neighbor who's I mean a neighbor.
yeah, my neighbors.
Okay,
So he was like his we shared a common wall.
okay.
And uh I used to always like hear, whenever I used to wake up, I used to hear him like, chanting mantras, or like, he used to burn incense sticks also outside his home. There was a lot of stuff kept. And initially for like a month, I stayed there for like a month and a half. So initially for like a month, I thought a lot of people like in Maharashtra are religious,
Hmm.
and they kind of like keep a lot of stuff outside to ward off evil.
Okay,
So
yeah.
I thought it's that. Then I saw Fanta and Kurkure and all of that. So I thought maybe it's garbage.
Hmm.
But then that garbage was not being picked by anybody. So that kind of like made me question a lot of things. And but because my schedule was so hectic, I did not like pay much heed to it. And I used to like, I was going, I was coming back home and like not doing much. But there was this one instance
Hmm.
when early morning, it was not uh, the sun had not risen.
Hmm.
It was dawn basically. I went downstairs to like eat something,
Hmm.
and I got to my flat, and I was just about to like open the door, and I see my neighbor has opened the door halfway, and he is standing behind the door. And I had not seen my neighbor ever. Like in that 1 month, I had not seen him. That day also, I could just hear a voice, and he was like, check this out. And he pointed towards a scorpion, which was basically not a scorpion, but a light, like a scorpion light, which was emitting red light, and it was making his room look red and super dingy and creepy. And I was like, why the fuck would anybody show me this? Like, I have not had like a normal conversation with this man, and why is he showing? I found that to be weird, but then again, I did not pay much attention, and I came inside. And after that, things started happening. So pigeons used to just hit my balcony and die. So there were like already like 3 pigeons which were dead.
Oh.
And I so if you so one of my very close friends had come to like visit me
Hmm.
one of the days, and I had called Snabbit, and that lady was, after she entered in like 10 minutes, she got a really bad headache, so much so that she couldn't even stand properly. And she was like, Didi, I won't be able to do. Won't be able to work. If you have any medicine, can you please give me? And I had just moved, and I had not like I did not have medicine, so I asked my friend to get it. And the moment like my friend came and he gave the medicine, and she got out of the house, she was like, "Thank you," and she left. And I took her number and I was like, let me know how you feel later on and all that. And my friend entered, we sat on the couch, and he started sweating profusely. Like obviously it's hot in Bombay, but but he was sweating in such a way that he was feeling sick, and his body was so hot it almost felt like I'm touching a furnace, and even he felt very uncomfortable. So I was like, why don't we like go to the other room and I'll switch on the AC. And I switched on the AC, but still he felt very uncomfortable. And after he had come for to stay for like some time, we were gonna watch Netflix and like
Hmm.
whatever. But he had to leave in like 20 minutes because he just couldn't stand what was happening. And I didn't know what to do because the AC was like on 16. I was feeling cold. I was like literally sitting with him with a blanket on, and he was sweating a lot. And I was like, I think you should go home and like rest or something. And then once we like left the premises, I went downstairs, we crossed the road. He started feeling better. His body temperature got normal and everything. And I thought maybe you'd just come from heat and something like that. And we ignored that entire episode. And yeah, I came back home. After all of this, like after I figured what was happening,
Hmm.
uh, when I spoke to him, so have you guys watched Kantara?
Yeah.
So do you know the you must be knowing the concept of demigods, right?
Yes. Yeah.
So that person, that friend of mine, he basically owns a town in Karnataka in South Canara region,
Okay.
wherein his family is the one who does those bhuta kolas, right?
Okay.
And they're like, so he later on like went on to like ask his guru what was it, and he was told that there were like many like negative energies around him. So whenever that happens, demigods kind of like make a protective shield around the body, and that's why he was feeling the heat.
Oh wow, that's interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
All
And
this has happened in the 45 days you lived in that house.
yeah,
Oh shit.
and these are just like a few instances. Every day, something or the other kept on happening. And I feel like I got out of it because I'm a believer. I used to like do my like sadhana and everything. And I also was very ignorant. That also kind of helped me. Because if I were to like, the day it started affecting me, right, I had to move out because I had the worst like panic attack. I was like, what am I like doing? I should like move out of this place. And yeah.
What the heck, man? That's a scary experience. Like, but you did not have any health issues as such, right?
I know I do not have any health issues whatsoever, and nothing like. So I was mentally affected a lot, like as in my sleep was affected. My dreams were really bad. Like I cannot explain how vivid and like long they were. Whenever I used to wake up, I wouldn't feel fresh. I would always feel like I probably I like I'm like my energy was super drained, whenever I was in that house.
Oh my god.
And that is one of the reasons why I like going to work more often and spend more time at work. And I did not realize all of this. Later on, only I got to when I connected the dots, I realized, okay, that is why. I mean,
That's a scary experience to have. I hope you're all right now, though. You're all
yeah, yeah, yeah.
shit.
I know.
But did you try to figure out what was happening? Is it because of the neighbor who lived there, or is it someone? Is it?
Yeah, it was because of the neighbor. So because the pigeons were dying and everything, right? It is not that common, you know. It is common that, I mean, there are a lot of pigeons and crows in Bombay,
Hmm.
but every day if a pigeon is coming and hitting my window and like dying, it's something obviously I have to like think about it and like try to like reason why is it happening. So I thought probably there's like some kind of like negative energy or whatever. But then again, I was waiting. So 12th January was my birthday, and my mother was going to come on like 8th just to like celebrate my birthday and everything. And she came on 8th. And before that, things were happening with me, but I didn't want to tell anybody about it. Like I didn't even share it with my friends. I didn't even like tell my parents because I didn't want anybody to like get worried. The moment my mother entered, so my mother is a person who is like a very proactive person. Like whenever she would like
Hmm.
come to my place, she'll do a lot of things. You know how mothers are, right? They want to like cook for you, this,
Hmm.
that, they want to. But when she entered, she opened the window. There was a window in the living room. And I had never opened that window because that was the window where the pigeons were
Hmm.
dying, right? And my mother opened the window wide open and she's like, "Why don't you keep this open?" And she literally like peeked in my neighbor's balcony.
Hmm.
And for like a moment she was like shaken. And she's like, let's keep it closed. And I found that to be weird. So I opened the window and I peeked again. So I saw that the balcony itself was, so you must have seen those old fencing wires that people used to use, right? Like
Ah,
now
barbed
we
wires.
like,
Barbed wires.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Hmm.
So he had put all over. He had put that all over his balcony, and he had kept a lot of stuff in the balcony, and it felt like a haunted house in itself. Like it felt very like just by looking at it, my mother and I both felt weird.
Shit, man.
It felt like nobody had entered that balcony in like the last 100 years.
But
It was
how are the other one? You saying you're calling it as a big society, right? I mean, even though if it is a zone house, how did the society people accept?
yeah.
Like they might have
So
actually raised some kind of issues by then, right?
yeah. So exactly. Um, this happened, and just like one day before my mother came,
Mm.
I could hear some like chatter in the corridor, and I opened the door to like see what was happening. So there were like two police officers outside in the corridor, and they were talking to that guy, my neighbor, and they were like some society people. And I didn't want to paint a target on myself because I'm like his neighbor literally.
Mm. Yeah.
So I just closed the door and I was like, I'll inquire about it later on. And I was sitting at home. In like half an hour or something, I took my garbage bags, and just to like just to have like a cover so that if at all he sees me, I can just say that I'm like going to like throw garbage or something. I'm not a part of this complaint. And I went downstairs. There was like a group of like people, 10, 15 people standing together in a circle. And they're like, Ma'am, why don't you complain? And I was like, I don't have anything to complain about because I've not really seen my neighbor and he's not done anything
Mm.
to me as such. And I don't even know why you guys are,
Complex.
you know,
Mm.
complaining. So they told me that that morning, he burnt incense sticks, and there was this lady who was inside the lift. He went inside the lift and he started chanting something.
Oh shit. Okay.
And she felt weird, and that is why she called the cops. But even when the cops were there, um, he had a bell in his hand and he was constantly ringing it in front of like the police. And the police was like, you guys come in the evening and file a complaint. And that's when the BMC election was like about to happen and everything. So they were like, we'll try to like resolve it after the elections. And I told the society people very like blatantly, I told them that I don't think I'm going to file a complaint because I'm here to work. And until and unless he does something directly to me, I'm not gonna be a part of this. And to be very honest, till that point I had not figured that it is my
Mm.
neighbor's doings that was kind of affecting me. And Then, um, yeah, so I, but I had to like inquire about him a little bit. I wanted to like gather some information. So I went to the security that day itself when I got back from work. I spoke to the security very casually. I asked some questions, can you tell me a little bit about the guy, what he does, and all that. So he told me that he does nothing, and his mom used to stay with him, and he literally kind of like asked her to leave, and she lives in Pune now, and he lives alone. And I was like, okay, is he like mentally sane or what? Then he was like, uh, he told me, मैडम वो एक्टिंग करता है पागल होने का, बट वो पागल नहीं है. And he used to go every day and like get non-veg and alcohol. Like religiously every day he would like go out and get non-veg and alcohol. So he told me, gave me this information, and he was like, "Madam, आपने क्यों flat लिया? There's a notice here." And I got super pissed. I was like, "What notice?" So I went to check. So there was a complaint already filed against him for witchcraft, which is banned in Maharashtra. Um, and I was like, "Why isn't anybody like? Why isn't police taking any action?" Even like yesterday, these people filed another complaint. So like, "Ma'am, uska khud ka ghar hai, so nobody is like doing anything." But yeah. So there was already a complaint, and I called the landlord. I called my broker also, and I told them everything. There's a complaint against him, and why wasn't I told about this before? And they were like, because my landlord was acting very chill. He was like, no, he does some puja, he is very he doesn't harm anybody, he's a very religious person. He does puja inside his home, this that, and he acted cool, and my broker had no idea about this. So I was like, let me just stay and see what happens. I mean, he's not directly, coming and talking to me or like doing anything. So I thought, let me just see, like 1 or 2 days I'll stay and see. And my mother came the next day. When my mother entered, like I was going back to what I was earlier saying, that my mother is somebody who's like proactive. When she entered, she saw the balcony, she felt dizzy, she went and she lied down, and she did not get up after that. She's like, I want to rest. And it is very unlike her.
Oh my.
And even when she is sick at home, she'll like get up and like do something. And so and that day in the evening I had to go to work. So I was like, Mom, you rest, I'll go. And I went to work, and I came back in the morning, and my mother was awake till like 4:30 a.m. She couldn't sleep at all. She was like, I'm just lying down. I've been lying down on this bed for many hours, but I am feeling very weird in this house, and I didn't feel like sleeping. So I was like, it's nothing. You're just thinking too much. It's just a new place for you. I tried to like console her and everything. And I lied down beside her, and she slept off after that. But I was feeling very uneasy that I kind of like put my mother in a situation like this. So I was feeling very uneasy and unsettled. So I went into the living room. So the moment I went into the living room, again, I felt super creepy. So I have this friend
Hmm.
who is a priest in Kalbhairav Mandir, Ujjain.
Okay.
I called him twice. He did not pick up. So the third time he called me back, and he's like, oh, "Why are you calling me?" And it was 4 a.m. in the morning. And I told him I have moved to Mumbai, and I am not feeling okay. So he's like, "Give me 10 minutes, and I'll get back to you." And in those 10 minutes, I couldn't stay in that living room. I went to the other room and I sat there. And then my friend called me back, and I had given him no context about this guy, my neighbor, whatever. I just told him that I have moved and I feel creepy and I don't feel good. He started describing my neighbor. He's like, this is about your neighbor, and does your neighbor look like this? So my neighbor was basically, he was like 5'4", and he had like salt and pepper hair. And he started like saying all of this, and I was like, yeah, it is him. And then he told me that whatever I'm gonna tell you, Sneha, just don't, get too scared. I don't want you to get too scared. And he told me that though that non-veg, and um every day the security had told me that he used to go and get non-veg and alcohol, right? So basically, he never used. He did not consume it. He got it for those rituals that he was performing inside the house. He was using it as offerings. And my friend told me that there were like four negative souls in that house. And he told me as we speak, he's also performing something. And then I obviously my next like question was, am I safe here? And he goes like, you don't have to get worried about anything because nothing really happened to you yet, and you are safe. Like you are being protected. And then he asked me, did you like see anything unusual? And I was like, everything is unusual about this place. There are like a lot of objects kept outside his house. And then my friend was like, can you go outside? Can you stand in the corridor and like send me a picture or maybe video call me from there? And I said, no, I cannot, because I'm like too scared. What if he comes out and I have to like talk to him or something? I don't want to like get into that situation. So he said, okay, go to your living room and send me like video call me. So I video called him and I showed him my living room, and I told him that this is where I feel the most negative in the house. And then he's like, because this place is connected to the neighbor's place.
Oh, the common one.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
And when I was on a video call, I kid you not, again a pigeon hit and died.
Late in the night, 4 o'clock,
Yeah.
early
Yeah.
in the morning before the
Yeah.
sunrise.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
And then I asked him, why is this happening? Like, I think I, and for some reason, I used to feel negative in the house. But since my mother had entered, na, that feeling had amplified. So I asked him, why is it happening? So he told me, so mothers have maternal instinct and this protective instincts for their kids, right? They are wired in such a way, be it like a bad mother or whatever, it's just there, inherently there in them. So whenever they enter, anything negative will like try to, attack you. They will not like their presence. And that is what happened when my friend had also come to visit me.
Oh my goodness. Man, this is all a cinematic thing, whatever you described, man. This seems
Yeah, and you know what? It's like I don't even know. I mean, I cross that road every day. I see that apartment every day, and I still can't believe it is happening in Mumbai.
I mean, that is what even I was feeling like. You're in 2020. You're describing that has happened couple of months back, which is 2026, and a guy who is actually doing. I mean, we don't even know if he was performing black magic or was he doing something, but things like this happening around even during this time of the in this era. That's a great thing, and you having effects of it. Shit, man, that's a scary thing, and you sustained there for 45 days. Good.
Yeah.
Fortunately, nothing has happened to you, your friends, or your family. That is a good thing. And you've done any sane what any sane person would do, move out of that house quickly. But yeah, I hope you do not have any after effects after that. I mean, the lingering effect after that, like it that did not carry over to your the new place where you moved in.
No, so even when I was staying in that place, I actually asked the guy, and I obviously spoke to multiple people after that about this, and they told me that he can only try to harm you. He will not be able to harm you because mm I kind of like do sadhana every day, and I was not. mentally I was not weak. I was like, even if I were like somebody who was like probably going through something and then I got paranoid, I would like get more paranoid. It would have affected me for sure. But then I chose to be ignorant every day. I did not like want to know a lot. I just wanted to get out of it.
Man, that's the best thing you could do. I mean, whatever we have been discussing that from last couple of weeks or so, like if you're having such kind of thing, better not to interact with any such kind of energies. Even if it's a person, yeah, and you've done that, and fortunately it worked for you. The moment you make an interaction with such kind of energies, they latch on to you. At least that's what they say. I don't claim it, but at least the movies or the series or the people who've joined here who had such kind of experiences, they've told all of them told the same thing. If you're
And you,
yeah, sorry, yeah.
and you know what? Like you remember uh the last couple of times whenever like initially in January when I was joining this session,
Hmm.
you were asking me to share my story. And
Yeah.
it was happening in real time. I was in that house and I was like, I don't want to talk about it. I
Oh.
will get out of this house and then maybe I'll like talk about it. That's why you used to like uh be like persistent and like you used to insist a lot.
I'm
Ki, Sneha,
sorry
why
for that.
not? And I used to like make some excuse and be like, no, I'm shy, I'm not a good narrator. I will share at some
Oh.
point.
Oh shit, man! I didn't know that because yeah, actually,
Yeah,
these things I mean, if you talk about them, they say that these things amplify. So yeah.
yeah.
Oh shit. Sorry, I didn't know that, but yeah, I'm happy that you're all good now, and hopefully, people, at least police, would have taken some kind of action against them. Shit, that's a scary. I mean, I don't understand still. How did you say for 45? The moment not the dream though, but yeah, the dream wouldn't send me out. Yeah, maybe I would have also any say like you. I would also stay for 45 days, and then only I would move out. I understand. Oh shit, that's Oh, I hope, and it's good to know that you're all right now. And do you know if anyone moved into that house now?
So actually, um, I was supposed to like have a flatmate, and she was going to move in end of that month itself.
Oh.
And she kind of went and stayed there for like another 5 days because like for 20 days she was staying in an Airbnb. I had to like immediately you don't find a house again, so even I was like staying in an Airbnb. And how long can you stay? So I found a place, but then she had to like for those 5 days, because she had like moved all her stuff there,
Okay. Oh.
so she had to like go back and get all of that. So she stayed there for 5 days and she also experienced a lot. Like she's a really good friend of mine and we ended up like moving in the same apartment. She lives in a different wing, but then she also shared some stories with me wherein she told me that I always felt like I was being watched, and every time I used to sleep, I used to hear knocks but I never responded.
Oh my goodness, man. Knocks. Shit. And knocks are a scary thing to hear when you're living all alone, and when you know there's no, you aren't expecting anyone.
And you know, initially, it what happens is when you hear such things, right? When you're like alone, you second guess what you're like experiencing in the initial days. Like 1 or 2 days, you'll be like, oh, because maybe I'm staying alone, I'm thinking
Yeah.
too much, and you're like, but if it happens like keeps happening, then you sort of like start thinking.
Shit. But we can actually make a good story out of it, and we can there is a lot of content in the experience. I mean, I don't want to, I'm not trying to make fun of the experience which you had. That is a really scary experience to have, but again, there is a lot of if someone wants to use this and make a content, it could be a good thriller sort of thing.
Yeah.
Oh shit, man. Shit. Thanks for sharing that, and I hope you're all right. And in a way, if this sessions have helped you, I'm also thankful for that, grateful for that.
Yeah.
Oh shit. We've got 6 more people watching it online, guys. The link is in the description. If you've got any such stories, please to join the link and please like the video, since you've already seen it and if you've heard a great story, then yeah, please like it. Hello, guys. Hello, everyone. Hello, Charan. Hello, Sriram. Hello, Rohit. Hello, Harsha. Hello, Harish. Hello, Hemant.
Hi. Today's story was really scary, man.
Yeah.
It was the doctor story was, I think, less scary after hearing this story, I think.
Oh, the last time what doctor narrated, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. This is. Oh, I mean, there's no. These are the things where the most scariest things are, scariest stories are where there is no actual entity there. It's all about the airiness and the feeling which you get. That is more scarier than the actual entity which you see. Because you can't still make out, but these knocks, these airy feelings which you can't express, and things are happening around, but you can't tell anyone. You can't explain your feelings completely, and these are the things which are much more scarier than the actual sightings as such. That's what I feel, though.
Very true.
Yeah. Harish, how do you think is this one? Does it remind you of any old stories which you've heard?
I think this is my like first time experiencing a story like this by a real human, because I've never heard such stories.
Okay.
But coming from a real human, and I think can't believe that such things really exist, because sometimes we feel that it's just making up, or or just a dream. But then the way she shared, oh my god, can't believe that it's happening in this world.
Black magic, or at least these kind of rituals are followed a lot in many places even till date. I mean, we've got live examples, right? By in 2011, the Burari murders, the Burari suicides, they were also following some kind of rituals, and they thought they're going to come back. They blindly followed the persons, whoever it was.
So it's not essentially, there's no black magic as such, you know.
Yeah.
These are all tantric practices which were meant to like do good, right? Like these are meant for like your spiritual growth or upliftment. But because there's a lot of like information today, um and there's like you find a lot of videos on YouTube, and there are a lot of resources
Hmm.
which people can use to like do practices without guidance. It goes wrong.
Yeah, I guess there are two ways. As far as I know, at least from the movie knowledge which I've got, there is this. I don't know which is it, a Veda or something. One of the Vedas talk about tantra and mantra, where mantra is supposed to have the good effects, and if you're using that mantra for a bad cause, that becomes tantra, I guess, right? Something of like that, something of that sort.
So, if you know, there are like 9 forms of Devis, right? Like Navratri. Now, Navratri is going on,
Hmm.
and there are like these tantric forms of every Devi.
Oh, okay.
So there are like they are called 10 Mahavidyas. Okay.
Hmm.
And these forms are very similar. Like if you see a Lakshmi's picture, goddess Lakshmi's picture,
Hmm.
and if you see there is a tantric form of goddess Lakshmi also,
Hmm.
Kamla Devi. And he had a picture of Kamla Devi in front of his door. And he would like tell people that he is actually worshipping Lakshmi, which I later on noticed, like when I actually went close to his door and actually saw that it was not Lakshmi, it was actually Kamla Devi. Probably like referring to like these.
Oh, I never knew that. I'm hearing it for the first time. Sneha, we lost you.
Yeah.
You can search Mahavidya, 10 Mahavidyas.
Even some gods have like a tantric version. I don't know how to say. Like
Yeah,
tantric
every
Ganesh is there.
every god has a tantric form, and every mantra also has a tantric mantra, like whatever, like be it like from Gayatri mantra to like every mantra, there is a tantric mantra. So all these, like even those like enlightened beings, what we say, they practice tantra but they use it for like positive. But these people, because they do not have like guidance, do not have a mentor or somebody to like tell them how to like use these mantras, they use it. And mostly these are the people who are like loners in life and they want like some kind of attachment. And when they are like, when they start doing it and they kind of like communicate with like entities or whatever, they get attached to those and they do not want to like leave. So you, whenever if you see the pictures
Hmm.
from afar, if you see, you will feel like that's Lakshmi, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes, yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, we lost you again.
Yeah.
Why are you stopping in between? Is it?
I was just making a point. I was going quiet.
Oh shit, man! Why? I mean, why are you stopping in between? I was like, you complete the sentence. No, it's like I don't know whether we lost you or you want you're giving a dramatic pause or something. Oh, okay. Oh, I never knew this. This is something that I'm learning for the first time. Okay. I just whereas a tantric form, I see for every god has a tantric
Yeah, yeah,
form. Is it
yeah,
Ganesha?
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. This is a represent deity worship in tantric left hand path or it was spiritual liberation, siddhi, occult powers. Oh wow. So this is like the other side. I mean, it's not actually the bad form, but
Yeah, exactly. It's not the bad form. It's just that these mantras are used in such a way that he did not have any guidance and he was doing it, so he was attracting negative energies instead of positive. And then maybe probably he got attached to doing these rituals or those entities.
okay.
So I have a friend actually. So she is into yoga and spirituality. So she actually told me about the Mahavidyas. Told that you need to have a guru actually. If you
Yeah,
want to like
exactly.
learn or something, you need a guru.
Yeah,
Otherwise, it can go horrible for you.
yeah. And you can like actually go mental also. Like it
Yeah.
can have like psychological effects on your like brain.
Dude, how do you guys know this much knowledge, man? I don't. I never. I all this while I thought gods were all shit. There is always a. There's always two sides of the same coin. It's not like it is a bad side, but yeah. Harish is asking, how do you find a guru? One of my astro told me the same. I need to find. Yeah, Harish, you can ask that question directly.
So you don't find your guru, like your guru finds you. You don't find your guru or mentor. If you like start probably like start chanting or like start like doing, I mean chanting as in like Om Namah Shivaya chanting, or maybe you start doing like basic uh,
Mhm.
breathing exercises, etc. Somehow it just gets aligned spiritually. You start getting aligned, and you eventually your guru will find you. Because that's what happened with me personally.
Ah, okay.
That's too much of information in one day. I,
I'm sorry.
no, 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 no. But this is interesting. Actually, interesting. I never knew all these things, and now I'm kind of fascinated. I want to learn about these things, but I'm lazy at the same time. I can't really do all these things. So yeah, that way, I'd love to hear these stories. Shit. So these were the only incidents. So you narrated all the incidents that have happened, right? You said the incidents that have happened in those 45 days. These were the things that have happened one after the other.
Yeah, yeah. And I have like some like uh spiritual experiences also, but then those are experiences that I wouldn't want to share. Saturday night spooky stories.
It's okay, no. I mean, it doesn't have to be really. We share anything that is supernatural. With,
Okay.
so it doesn't have to be really a ghost thing. Something. See, sometimes God is also spooky, right?
Yeah.
If you actually can't figure out that, sometimes God can also be scary. Yeah. So who wants to go next? I guess she's got a call, so she left the meeting. Who wants to go next? Two other people are watching. People who are watching the live, the link is in the description. If you've got a story to share, click on the link and join the session. And please share your stories. The moment I said that, people left. See, the moment I asked them to join the session, they're leaving.
They are tired of. I think they will meet a ghost while joining the meeting.
Oh, and see, that's what she was saying, right? The more she's what is Sneha used to join, started joining a few days back, like starting from Jan or so, and since then things have started happening to her. Does anyone want to go next? Does anyone want to have any more stories or anything interesting to share like this? Hello, Prasanna.
Hello.
You haven't joined. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm just traveling on Saturdays most of the time, so I can't join.
You're in high.
Today also
Okay.
I went to the one stand-up comedy show, so that's why I couldn't join on time.
You're in Hyderabad only, right?
One.
Yeah, I'm here only.
Okay. Yeah.
Today I'm here only, but I was traveling like past few weeks on Saturdays.
It should have been the same case with me, but my plans are getting cancelled. The plan is getting postponed again and again. I was supposed to travel this Thursday. It got postponed to next week, and I'm not even sure if that happens. Charan Sai over here says that wouldn't happen, but I will go next week, Charan. Definitely for sure. I'm gonna travel. Charan is a friend of mine, and every time he calls me up asking what are you doing in this weekend. I keep telling him I have to travel. I'm going out, and this as the that weekend night he calls me up and he said, "Did you go? If not, let's go meet up again." So yeah, this has been happening for last 3 or 4 weeks now. Hopefully that's not gonna happen the next week. Hopefully I'm gonna travel. Charan, you there? You're sleeping.
Hmm.
You're sleeping, is
I think you got to sleep.
it? Yeah. Yeah, any more stories? Hello, Hemant.
Yeah.
All silent. Yeah.
Yeah, no, bro. I'm just listening to stories.
Oh, did you listen to the entire story or so? What?
No, I joined a little late. I will probably just go back on YouTube and I'll listen.
Oh, do watch it, man.
Yeah.
It's a scary
I
experience.
forget today is Saturday. I checked the notifications and I'm like, okay, let me join. Even last weekend I joined. Okay, I joined after everyone left. Like I got a call at around 10 o'clock. I was like, I'll talk for 15 minutes, but that 15 minutes became 1.5 hours.
Last week, sorry, someone wants to talk. Someone wanted to talk.
Just want to say that I have watched the series by
Oh, how did you?
that you suggested. Yeah, I think it's after the spooky night and Sunday night. I think the Monday's sleep was lost. The reality that he shows his volunteer got attacked in the
Hmm.
third episode where he was in the foot. I think that's really interesting. That
Which
the
series?
energies were
Bhai,
boy.
bhai.
Acha, oh yeah, I also watched last week.
Oh yeah.
It was good.
Have you guys seen? There is a new series that is coming in Amazon. The trailer looked promising. I don't know about the series though. Wait, I'll tell you the name of it. What was the? It starts with a. Unearth, is it? Unearth. Yeah. If you guys haven't seen this trailer is pretty much very promising. Do watch it. I am. They haven't given a date when is it gonna get released.
Amazon Prime.
Yeah, Amazon Prime. Unearth. I'm not sure. Let me. Would I be? What do you call?
You can play on YouTube.
No, I can't.
It will
I
be
can't play
okay.
it on YouTube because I'm playing it on live, right? If I play
Copyright would right?
copyright issues.
Ah, if you play on mute, then it's okay. Then okay, we can share the link. We can watch it on our side.
Yeah. Hopefully, this is gonna be nice too. I'm waiting for this. Unearth.
Did you guys watch Bhay?
Bye.
Bhay.
But yeah,
Yeah,
we were talking about that only.
Oh, how is it?
I liked it.
Okay.
Yeah, I liked.
This one, right? This is the one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I liked it. I mean, there is all. This is a mix of real incidents with some fiction,
Plus fiction.
plus fictional sort of thing. But yeah, there's no, again, you don't see a entity, a ghost as such. You do see it, but again, it's more of a thriller plus horror. You know,
Okay.
jump scares as such. Or does it have any jump scares? I don't remember seeing any jump scares.
No, there are some. There are some.
Oh, okay. The one in the this one, right? One in the mortuary room where he goes into the mortuary box. There is one jump
Oh
scare.
yeah, that one.
Yeah, there is one jump scare there. Yeah, couple of jump scare, but it is a good engaging story. Once you watch the first episode,
Engaging.
yeah, you'll continue with this one.
Also short episodes. It's not like 50 minutes. It's like 25, 30 minutes.
That's it. I thought much bigger.
Yeah. I think first one is like some 40, 50 minutes. Others are like 25 to 35.
Okay. I did not like Cough though. I thought it is gonna be good, but I did not like it that much. It has become too what do you call message oriented sort of thing rather than being a horror. Did you guys watch Cough?
First time I'm seeing actually.
Oh, this is also on Amazon Prime. It was okay for a while, but again, it is quite predictable towards the end. You'll understand. Okay, this is something to do with. I mean, yeah, it is quite predictable. I don't want to talk about it. That would be spoiler sort of thing. Yeah, it is a one-time watch. Again, if you're a hardcore horror fan, you wouldn't enjoy that much.
Yeah, but I think most like horror content is predictable. Like you can predict what will happen at the end.
Yeah, right. And that
Have you?
Buy
Yeah.
is not that predictable though.
No, Bhai is not. But most of like
Have
they
you
have
watched
a typical
From,
format.
Prasanna?
Yeah, From I watched. Yes,
Yeah.
From is
I
it's one of
think
the
till
because I don't like series actually. I think Jose has mentioned
uh,
on some podcast on this podcast. So it's good, but I think what happens like I got little bored in the third season. Kyuki also like everyone is sad. Okay, till the third season, everyone is sad, and they have very typical thing. Like one person will think, person will say that yeah things will get better, and the other will say no it will not be better. So this type of dialogues na multiple times have happened. I just noticed it, and it's just like sad. Like everyone is sad. So I didn't like the third one. I got bored in that. But still, I'll watch the fourth one. I think it's coming this year.
I mean, the thing with From was it started as a horror sort of thing, and slowly it has moved on to the science fiction. Have you guys seen this German, The Dark.
Dark. Right.
Yeah, Darkest. It starts as it's mostly it is completely do with time travel. It starts as a time travel and thriller sort of thing, and it stays to it. But from starts as a horror, and it's slow. Now, at least the last season, I felt like they were going in that route. They were going into
Yeah. True.
the dark route. They're traveling back and forth in the time, and they're seeing all kind of stuff. And yeah, that's what I felt. They're mixing too many things into it. The tower thing, the tower scene. I don't know what was happening there. Why is he? Do you remember the last two episodes? I guess.
Like they built that tower on their house. Is that's the one?
Yeah. No, I mean they go in search of that. His mother will go out of that place, right? The boy's mother.
Yeah. Right.
He escapes from that place through that tower. I guess it through the tower or through the tree, I guess. But she'll try.
I think tower only.
Yeah, but I don't remember. Yeah, again, it has taken that this dark route. That's what I felt. For a while, it was all horror where you had skinwalker sort of thing staying out, so you don't come out of the house. You've got talismans hanging.
That is a very engaging actually. That's very interesting. Even dark actually, I didn't like the third season because so it went from time travel to alternate universes also, like multiple people. So it went there actually in dark. So that I didn't understand some things. So then I couldn't.
No, dark is the same universe. I guess as far as I remember, it is the same universe but different timelines.
No, but it also has like some universe thing, like multiple universes, like same aged people from different universes.
Oh no. Same age. No, everyone has anyone else seen Dark? I don't remember though. I thought everyone are.
No, I don't see.
Oh, Dark is a watch series, man.
Yeah, I mean, it's as the other person said, right? Like, there is a time element to it and there is also a space element to it. Like, that is, I think in the third season, towards the end, you get Martha from another dimension, right? So they two get together to put an end to that infinite loop. So so the Martha that actually like puts an end to the infinite loop is actually from another dimension, because the Martha in the current dimension gets killed, I guess.
I don't remember. I know that. I know the old guy. The old what's his name?
Jonas.
Old Jonas is the villain.
Yeah, old Jonas is the villain.
Old Jonas.
So yeah, old Jonas and old Martha are the ones who actually keep continuing the loop. So they orchestrate the events in such a way that this loop will never end. But Jonas from the current dimension and Martha from a different dimension, they have actually like found that their future self is what is actually like causing this, and they put an end to this particular chaos by getting to a point where the world actually like splits into two different roads.
Oh, I don't remember. It's been a while.
That's in the last. That is what is in that is actually the last part of the entire series, whereby they just prevent an accident from happening. So that the doctor doesn't actually so that the physicist doesn't put efforts in making a time machine.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know. I vaguely remember this. I just remember that scenes where the world has ended and people something of that sort. The Judgment Day has happened.
That keeps happening quite again and again. Yeah. So that's why these guys get fed up of it and try to actually stop it once and for all. And in the process, they realize that it is their future self that is actually causing this entire chaos. So they just reconcile and put an end to it.
He'll kill himself, right? And the last, the hero Jonas.
Yeah, both of them disappear. Like both Martha and Jonas, they both disappear because they discover that by law they are not supposed to exist.
Oh, okay.
So because in the natural flow of time, they are people who are not supposed to exist. So they discover this since the timeline has actually split and the world has also split into two dimensions. They have actually found out that they're byproducts of a particular person trying to distort time, and by nature they're not supposed to exist. So they just go to the point whereby to reset the course of events such that the physicist who makes the time machine doesn't expend effort on it, so thereby negating their existence.
Okay. Man, you understood it really nicely, man. Most of my time was around reading this.
Yeah, I mean, like, it was a very twisted series, bro. I literally took a pen and pencil to actually map the characters out.
Oh, share that map which you've created. I guess people will understand it better. For a
So
while,
confounding.
I know that he goes into a cave and he reaches to the school on the other side, all that stuff. He talks to his own self. It's been a while I watched it, but it is a must-watch series. I would say, Dark is definitely a must-watch series.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was good, but it was never it was never a linear plot. Like it took I probably saw it 5-6 times.
Oh, I mean,
No, first two seasons, I thought were perfect. Like I still remember the last episode of the second season. There was this song, and I thought something now we'll get all the answers in the third one. But then they brought that multiverse wala thing. So then I didn't understand it.
Yeah, there are a lot of jump plots running parallelly. So there is another lady called Claudia who comes in and she keeps changing certain things, and there is a lot of things that run parallelly. So it's not it's not something that one can easily keep track of.
Yeah, that's close to a Nolan's movie. It's like watching Interstellar and Tenet and the Oppenheimer. You will have to literally
Yeah.
sit, understand the movie, or do some kind of research about time travel. What happens if you go back and meet your this grandfather theory and all those theories. I guess all these theories are kind of discussed in Dark, right? Grandfather theory,
Yeah,
grandfather theory,
yeah,
and the other theory. There are 2 or 3 theories that were discussed in time travel. Or,
yeah. There are actually that's what, right? There are multiple takes and perspectives that run parallelly. So
yeah,
and there are a lot of jump cuts that actually happens in between, and you lose track of okay, who's doing what. And there is also a different timeline attached to each of these characters, and each of these characters, even though they are from the present, they all operate in a different time zone. So they're all in a different time space. So really difficult. And I thought first when Inception got released, I thought that was pretty confounding. And then later came Tenet. I never understood anything with respect to Tenet.
and Interstellar.
Yeah, Interstellar was also there. But Interstellar at least okay.
Yeah,
So I was able to make something
got
out.
some kind of understanding on physics. You will at least understand some
Yeah.
part of it. Yeah,
Tenet was completely, I was clueless throughout the movie.
Tenet.
No, then we have to go to Reddit and read the fan pages
Yeah,
to understand.
yeah.
Yeah, I forgot the story. Tenet was you go back or time travel.
Yeah, the weapon from the future actually attacks you in the present, if I'm not wrong. That's all. That is the gist of the story that I actually got. It's called an inverted weapon. Someone from the future, your enemy from the future, actually sends a weapon through space time, and it actually comes at you, and you have to be prepared for it. Physically be prepared for it, to dodge it, or to circumvent whatever is that can actually happen. It could be a it could actually be a physical attack, which is what was in most cases, but it could also be any other thing like a virus or sort.
I thought it was something to do with passing time through your body, right? It's not rather than you going through a time loop, a wormhole. It's like a wormhole passing through you is Tenet, where
Correct. Yeah, that is the and the wormhole brings you an inverted weapon. So the wormhole is the medium that actually brings you the weapon at you. So you have to actually foresee. No one can actually foresee it, but they just actually try to circumvent these kind of attacks, and that is basically the gist of it. Like how do you attack? How do you circumvent an attack that you can't actually foresee?
Yeah. Oh shit. And I don't know how does Christopher Nolan comes up with these kind of weird Inception. Inception is the concept is familiar, where a dream inside a dream is kind of familiar, but making a movie out of it is really great part. And then you've got he tops himself with other great other movie like in Interstellar, and then he goes to Tenet, and then he goes to Oppenheimer. Is a pretty much straightforward story, but again he talks too much science in that movie Oppenheimer.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, it's like you get too bored. It's like it feels like you're listening to a physics class, or on that to a nuclear physics class. I tried watching Oppenheimer, but that's what I felt. He literally told how
Yeah.
Yeah, after the first half an hour only we get bored.
he literally tells how to create a time bomb in that thing, or what, or an atom bomb.
Yeah.
I think even they share the blueprint, nobody has the uranium to make it.
Seriously, man, these guys. Tenet is one. Where is that? Is it Tenet where an auditorium fight happens?
Yes, Tenet only.
Tenet only, right? The auditorium fight happens. I watched Tenet twice and I don't remember the movie. I guess that is the effect of that movie. Seriously, man. I had this weird question.
You were talking about the opera house thing.
No, Oppenheimer. No, there's a Christopher Nolan's movie, right?
No, the opera house scene, right, in Tenet.
Oh yeah. Exactly. Opera house scene. Yeah. We don't even remember what is happening. I guess I'll have to rewatch it again now to understand what is happening in Tenet. I just
Yeah, my
yeah. Sorry.
No, my friends told me there was another series that was actually written by his cousin. It's called The Westworld. That is even more confounding, is what
It
they
is
told me.
written by Jonathan Nolan, his brother,
Brother.
and it's amazing.
And his
Yeah, I mean,
Brother,
I've never,
directed by him.
Westworld.
Westworld.
Westworld. Yeah.
Yeah,
Westworld.
Yeah, 4 seasons. Oh, 8.4. I am Good.
HBO, that also.
That is again. I thought it was something to do with clones, right? It's like you can live in a world. You can make your clones live in the world which you fantasize, sort of thing. Is it not the case?
I haven't actually seen it, but just got such recommendations from friends that it's definitely a must watch. So I haven't seen it though.
I watched the first episode, first 20 minutes, but I felt it was quite slow.
Yeah, it starts off. That's what even I've heard. It starts off a little slowly, but then it's pretty intriguing, and they also told me it's pretty it's not again a very straightforward plot.
Yeah, I mean, I watched it, I think, 2 years ago. So it's basically about there's like a theme park with like robots, which act like real humans.
Oh, the
And
clones, is it? I thought they were clones.
they were robots, and then those were like they started and they started to like gain consciousness, and they started to like remember things from the past, and they started questioning reality, etc. And
Oh.
that all that, yeah. And I do
Honestly
not remember
speaking,
where I watched it like, but it was
yeah,
amazing. I recommend that to everybody. In fact, most of the initial movies of Nolan's was also written by Jonathan Nolan,
Oh,
his brother.
Prestige.
yeah, they do this.
Yeah.
They do the screenwriting together.
Yeah.
Hey, but honestly, the way this entire AI thing is actually playing out, I mean, whatever took place in Westworld isn't really that far.
No, actually, haven't you guys heard of this recent development that has happened? they mapped the entire fly's brain, fruit fly's brain. Wait, I guess it's VO2. Let me share my screen here. VO fly, fruit fly brain. Nothing. Yeah. So this has happened recently, like a couple of weeks back, or this came out a couple of weeks back. So they've entirely mapped out the entire neural structure of that brain, of a fruit fly's brain, how the mapping and everything, and they've given this mapping to a digital version of that of a fly, and it started actually behaving like a fly, and and they've created a virtual world for it. It went and it went in search of food for in that virtual world without it's not like algorithm where it got trained. There were proper live actions of that fly. If you guys haven't seen it, do watch it, the video about it. And they want to
Pretty interesting.
sorry, what?
So it's pretty interesting. I'm not actually like seeing this for the first time, but
Yeah,
yeah,
the company which has done this is Bio, and now they're gonna move to a rat's brain. And if the rat's brain and it has built its own consciousness, sort of thing. It's like it all the decisions that were taken by the fly were their own decisions. These are not like algorithms. The now the AI is all about algorithms. Like it is gonna reasoning and the right. It is gonna do some reasoning. It is gonna look into the training data and then use that training data to do some action. But there was no training data for this fly, the digital fly. It was moving on its own. It was searching for the food on its own. They haven't given anything to it. I wish I can show you the video of it. Yeah, this is the one. Do watch this video.
not just bring my favorite shows. Bring you on.
I guess they've chosen a fruit fly because it has got only 1,39,000 neurons, and they were able to replicate it. But in humans, it is I guess tens of trillions of neurons. I guess connections and stuff. And now, once they become successful with rats, and once they move to humans, we could actually map our entire brain, and which could actually eventually carry our memories as well. So we could more or less digitalize our entire brain and our memories too.
Nice. It's all pretty. I mean, it's exciting, but at the same time, pretty scary.
Which is basically you are conquering death. Your conscious lives through, but again, the thing is that the semantic would still have your memory, but it can't. I don't know if how the conscious would work. I had a
Yeah.
conversation with ChatGPT on this one, and ChatGPT says it could actually have your entire memory of whatever you had till now, but I'm not really sure if how does the future is going to turn up, whether it's going to grow a consciousness of its own. But yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Then we have a situation like this, the Terminator kind of situation, right?
yeah.
That's a pretty. Yeah, I don't want to venture into that. That's quite scary, actually.
And these things are happening so rapidly all of a sudden.
Yes, yes. And
I
yesterday they were like, I don't want to take the name of the person who made statements, like, but I was on LinkedIn and it was just flooded with this person who had actually just talked about tokens of the setting a specific threshold for the amount of tokens every engineer should be using it. So it's pretty scary, like, the amount of tokens, if one were to actually use it meaningfully, like, the development cycles and all would actually be pretty much accelerated. And in a really, like, let's say that development cycles that would actually add value to whatever firm that they're working on. And like, the faster development would actually mean that AI would probably be taking central stage in the world.
Yeah, and I'm kind of pretty much sure if not 2 years, 5 years down the lane, we are kind of done. We have to move to a completely new system now.
Yeah, that is true.
5 years down the lane, the jobs are going to change, the expectations from people are going to change, and I guess the living, whatever we are living right now, it's going to entirely change within the next 5 years. By 2031, we're going to see a complete new way of living altogether.
Yeah, I mean it's true because, and I think we as people who are working in corporate, right? I think we'll have to actually work with the change.
Yeah.
So in a very fundamental way, our life will be impacted.
Exactly. And with this new brain mapping thing that has become successful, we are very close to having this kind of, I wouldn't say Terminator thing, but I could have, and it's like I don't have to die to try. Send me have you guys seen this Captain America? Which movie? Civil War.
Yeah.
The Dr. Zoro's brain has been digitalized, and that is Zoro, or I guess it's Zulu. Dr. Zulu's brain has put into computer, right? Where Widow and Captain America will go into a bunker and you guys have seen, remember that scene? You guys remember?
Yeah,
that scene?
yeah.
I know.
Yeah, for that, at least he dies. The brain has been transferred, or it has been digitalized after he died.
Yeah.
But with
Yeah.
whatever is happening now, you don't have to die. You can put your alternate self in a computer while you're still alive. So the
That is true.
question is, who is the real now? Who feel like that would also feel that as real, and you know you're real by so.
Yeah.
The reality.
So the parallels.
Yeah.
Yeah. The parallels are actually quite striking here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, but I don't know if there are actually any let's say efforts to even use AI in the paranormal to understand the paranormal stuff. I don't think so, right? Maybe it's still, maybe by then, when all the mundane work are actually all pretty much automated, they would actually venture into this kind of stuff.
Exactly. I kind of kept asking those questions to ChatGPT. I kind of talk to ChatGPT, have a regular conversations. I ask what is your take on paranormal? So ChatGPT doesn't, or it doesn't really believe in it. So again, it all depends on evidence and what it is looking for evidence, and as of now, we don't have any solid evidence that could prove the existence of a paranormal here. So maybe the pseudoscience, whatever we use to till now, all this while, maybe that becomes science one day, and actually that would be considered as an evidence.
Yeah, that's actually
yeah. Sorry.
I had this question why people even if some people have experiences or about paranormal and supernatural, but still it's not accepted in a society, horror stuff or paranormal stuff.
That's a great question. I mean, most often people think it is something to do with your personal state of mind.
Yeah, and that is where there is one thing is actually proof, but we do have several paranormal investigators using thermal visions and all, and finding out changes in temperature and stuff. So, but those are actually pretty suggestive. But I think they still have a lot of mundane things that right now they are actually focusing on to get that, to see that ROIs, right? But I do very much believe that there will be one time, very much maybe into a little far into the future, where what Suresh said will actually happen, because by then a lot of mundane stuff would actually be taken for granted. No one would ever worry about it. But things of actually trying to understand or spending effort to actually understand the metaphysical stuff is what will probably be looked into a little more, I guess.
But I feel that people in the higher positions wouldn't let that happen, because The moment these kind of you prove these kind of existence of supernatural, right? Things would like that I had that question. I put that question multiple times. What would happen if you prove the existence of a supernatural, be it god or be it ghost? Every other notion comes into picture, right? Every other notion becomes true. Notion of heaven, notion of hell, notion of being right, doing right thing, notion of fear, all the belief system would entirely change. And that gives now there is the power is still with the people, and people living or people at the highest age is still with them. Somehow
Yeah.
they know that god is still a belief, god is not proved yet. So you're still you're it is just a belief where you're putting all your hopes onto some kind of supernatural entity which you never seen, which you never felt, which you never think. But there is a hope that you're living on that hope. But once you know that there's something, there is actually who can come and help you, you will they'll lose the power, right? These
Yeah. Yeah.
so
Yeah.
that's what I
So it's actually
yeah
it's basically a competition of who's going to play God. Like, if you give in to a belief that there is an supernatural entity who's actually governing the world, then in essence you are actually saying that you don't really have any other power.
exactly.
You're just saying that we'll have to give in to that.
we then the concept of we are all equal comes into picture.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, we are all nothing but mere people who are kind of taken care by someone who's actually more powerful than us. Apart from that,
Yeah.
everyone else is just human, but the only thing is that we are differentiated by the level of influential power, money in this matter, the money
Correct.
which we've got. Once you take up that
Correct.
once you take up that out of equation, once a god comes into picture, money goes out of equation here. So they won't let it happen.
Yeah.
That's what I feel. Even if the existence of god is proved, they won't let it out.
That is true.
Yeah.
So there's one segue that I can, or kind of a spin-off that I could actually think of. This is let's say that if you know who Erwin Schrödinger is, right? Schrodinger's cat.
Yes.
You might have seen this meme. Yeah. So just bear with me here. In what Schrodinger actually says or proposed in his experiment is that if you take two boxes, put a cat inside, and then you keep a poisonous a food that has been poisoned inside the box, close the box, and launch it through a space shuttle. Launch it through two space shuttles, each carrying one box. Both of it has a cat and a poison food inside. So both the shuttles are launched from Earth, and one goes to one side of the universe and the other goes to the other end of the universe. So the outcome is almost always that one cat will actually survive and the other cat will always die.
Yeah.
So no matter what actually happens, it's always this, one cat. We don't know which cat will actually die or which cat will be alive, but it's always going to be one dead and one alive. So in essence, there is already even before you actually start the experiments, there is a predictability to it.
Yes.
So there are four outcomes whereby so in this case there are four outcomes whereby you have one cat alive, one cat dead, which are the two. There are those two makes two possibilities, and the other one is both the cats die, both the cats are actually alive. Yeah. But it's almost always that only the first two actually take place, whereby one cat is dead and the other one is alive. So the outcome of the experiment is already determined. No one knows, and how much ever distance you send these two cats, how far apart they are, it still makes no difference. The outcome is always the same. But people actually ground this in terms of a theory or a science, but they don't actually they don't actually agree with let's say astrology. Astrology is nothing but heavenly movement of a heavenly body during your birth period, during the time of your birth and the location where you are actually in, can influence you or your attributes in a certain way, and can in terms can actually decide the course of your future. So I'm not saying that it's completely going to be it'll completely make sense, but it will imbibe a certain, or it will influence your birth in a certain way. So two bodies, like, if you juxtapose these two, Schrodinger's experiment and astrology, both of these are nothing but like, two bodies, and they exert influence across space-time, and they influence the outcome. But one is believed and the other one is not. So you get that, right? Like, so a lot of what we actually like, talk about paranormal again is, I just feel that there are scientific proofs to it, but it's just not actually like accepted widely.
True. Could be the case. But you've got a different, you've given a completely different perspective to Schrodinger's cat theory. When you kind of brought that into astrology, and I'm kind of trying to connect the dots here myself.
No, I've actually like, it's my personal experience that I've actually seen certain people. So my maternal uncle does a lot of astrology and stuff, and he used to actually like, say that people born in this time and having like, this planetary combinations will have these characteristics. So in many occasions, I have actually seen several of those characteristics to be like, spot on.
Yeah.
On that, like, I don't always like, say that prediction into future is something that I actually like, that I would actually like, agree with, because there are like, people can actually like, make changes towards it or work towards it, or they can even try to alter the course of like future, and which is all like, okay. But then certain characteristics that my uncle actually says, that person asks, I mean, like almost always, he's always like, he's just right. Okay, so he's so and so will be exceptionally good at like mathematics. He'll be like, this day is like, has a very steadfast will. Like, all those are actually pretty spot on. And just by not by like, and I've also like seen random people that have actually like, just given like, the horoscopes with, he's able to make predictions that are actually like about the characteristics that are like pretty much there, and he does not know anything about the person.
Yeah, I mean, more or less, whenever we listen to this zodiacs or what do you call these things, astrology, or whenever someone describing characteristics of the like, if your Aquarius guys are gonna have these kind of characteristics, and Leo people are gonna have these kind of characteristics, more or less they kind of, that's what I don't understand. How do you generalize people like that?
Yeah.
How do you generalize? Like you're saying, and if not 100%, you are close to like 60 to 70% true about these characters. Like most of the Leos are, I haven't seen a Leo till now who is actually a introvert sort of a person.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the Leos, at least I would say 90% of the Leos are introverts. How did you characterize them? Like, how did you categorize them? That's what my question is. You're saying, okay, these guys say, or most of the Leos would be extroverts, and it turns out to be true. Or what happened first? Is it you kind of got all the people who are extroverts and call them Leos, or you first discovered that these people would be born in this month would be called Leos, and they are all gonna have extroverted characters? But how did they come up? That's what is fascinating to me. How did they figure out that? How did they come up with these characteristics? Like people who were born in this month, they haven't did they do some kind of huge study as such? With they've taken hundreds of thousands of data from people. I don't think when they've kind of wrote these things in the past. I don't think they would have done these kind of stuff like what the current would have done. Is doing right.
Yeah, true. Yeah. It's pretty intriguing. Like I was just like trying to find parallels between these two cases, but like one has wide acceptance in the scientific domain. The other one, which is also like pretty similar, because like the planets that basically like these. Astrology is nothing but like at least in India, in Kundli, right? You just have like few boxes there, and then they say that like Saturn is placed here, Jupiter is placed there, and then like these are the characteristics. And to a certain extent, as you say, it does hit the check in the boxes.
Yeah.
Right. And someone who can actually like has a very if the, let's say, the lineage of like that particular like way of understanding the planetary combinations effect on a person's birth or a person's life is actually proper, and that study has actually passed through a really good lineage, and the understanding is good, the person can actually make really good judgments about person's characteristics. So, but then that does not have a wider acceptance in our society. So it's just like, okay, it's yeah, I mean, this is where I think, like, at least in paranormal as well, like, where we are as a society. So in future, maybe, like, there will be a lot more proofs that is kind of like, widely accepted. I think, like, even in terms of scientific realm, that can be grounded.
True.
There's just that I don't think, like, a lot of them have started looking into it.
I mean, I feel they might have already looked into it, but I still feel they're not just letting it out. Because,
Right. It could actually be the case, yeah.
Because I feel strong about that, because see, wireless connection was there back in 1950s itself, 1950s and
Yeah.
1947 itself, but it has become commercialized, or it has come into the public only in after 1989. IBM's first cell phone came in 1989, I guess. First wireless phone came in.
Yeah.
But even after that, it has got completely commercialized in 1992, 1995 or something. So it close to took 40 years to make it available. The wireless communication. People were actually talking to people who are on moon. Like
Right.
when the Apollo has gone into even before Apollo, I guess there was a few space missions where they've gone
Yeah.
to space, and they were doing communications. Though the communication weren't instant, they were doing communication, which means wireless communications was back then there. But by the time
Right.
it was commercialized, it took 50, 60 odd years to get it commercialized completely. So
That is true, yeah.
so in that way, I feel, but this technology is not going to give you any sort of power or any sort of any kind of assurance to you. It doesn't make you
Correct.
so they
Correct.
can let you out. It's going to give you out at some time. But these things, when the existence of God or existence of supernatural or something which is going to change the entire belief system, and it's going to change the entire power hierarchy as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I feel that's the reason they won't. Even if it is proved, they won't let it out. They'll always find.
That's actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's actually a very, very interesting take. I mean, that could be very well the case as well.
Yeah.
Because we do see that, like, in recent times, certain governments like to play like that sort of a role, right?
Yeah. I mean, see with the Epstein files, right? Like people, we literally we are cannibals are literally ruling the world now. And
Right, right.
no one is actually asking a question. No one is I don't know how is the UNO is silent about this one. How is UN not talking about Trump being part of the Epstein Island incidents? He being part of these cases, and he leading a war against Iran for no reason.
Yeah, I think, like, people have been speculating that this is just a sideshow to just mask off the actual thing about Epstein files. Yeah, yeah.
Like that's what men in power are kind of, they don't want to let it out, and now all of a sudden everything is coming out. All this while, all these years, none of the UFO files.
Exactly.
Now all the UFO files are also coming out one after the other, because I guess they felt that okay, this is nothing. It's not gonna empower any a normal person in any way, right? It's gonna give you a curiosity, max. But it's not gonna empower you. It's not gonna change your belief system as such.
Yeah.
So
This is just going to be like, this is just going to be like, they have a bag of tricks, and every now and then they just actually, like, see, I have this, whereby the actual show is happening elsewhere.
Exactly. I still feel there's Illuminati. I now, at least I feel now, I never thought, okay, there was Illuminati, there is a secret society that is ruling the world. But now, after seeing the recent incidents happening around, I feel, there could be a secret society that is actually ruling the world.
Oh, obviously, bro. I've been like, I've been pretty much big on like any of those like secret societies. Like, those are all like, I actually believe that there are secret societies out in the world, and like, they are like they're even more powerful than the governments and all, and they're the ones who are actually taking control.
I mean, the question comes: why? What made them powerful, right? It's not just money. As anyone, everyone, like we've got hundreds and thousands of billionaires, but they can't be as powerful as this. So, what made them powerful? Do they actually have some kind of? Are they beyond what a general human is?
Yeah, I mean, in my opinion, so there is something that I've actually seen in the movie. This is something that I've seen in the movie Snowden. And for instance, like CIA, right? If you can see CIA or NSA, they do a lot of these mass surveillance. So anything and everything that is getting digitalized here is actually a weapon that can be used against us. Like only the only thing that is actually like right now that is protecting us is that we are not big in life to actually for them to pose threat.
Exactly.
So as much as they know that we are actually exceptionally big people who can actually exert influence, they have pretty much all our secrets somewhere stored, and they know how to play the cards when and try to actually get us to cooperate. So this is what that entire Snowden movie in a way it actually tells us. So they have it those people who can and who do have access to all our digital footprint. They know how and when to use things again, things in their favor.
We can just ask Google what does it know about it. It is gonna tell you a hell lot of information which you never thought Google would know about it.
Yeah.
You can just ask Google, and there are settings in Google where you can go and search for it, and it will give you your entire script, like who are you, what is your marital status, how many kids do you have, what is your degree, what are your interests, what are your hobbies. It has got every detail. Guys, I'll be back. I'll just get my charger.
True. Okay. Prasanna, are you from Hyderabad?
No, I'm from Nasik originally, but I'm working in Hyderabad.
Right.
Yeah. Almost here. I hope the system wouldn't shut down before I connect this one. But with the recent, I still feel that there is a secret society that is ruling this world. But my only question is, what made them that powerful? What additional features do they have, or what additional powers do they have that, or is it a rotational thing? Like few, it's gonna be few set of people. Like let's just say 100. Like these 100 are gonna rule, decide for these many years, and then a new set of people join in a regular election sort of thing. Would they have elections, and would they also do all these things? Like how can someone?
So I think
Sorry.
One way is to actually get a leverage over whoever is whoever is actually strong. If you have leverage over them to actually weaken their position, that's how you usually actually get to the top. And so slowly, lo and behold, you have a society of people who are actually exceptionally strong from each of the continent or the subcontinent, and then they just actually run it.
No.
They need not even work with.
When you say
strong,
my question is, in which way? Is it the money that is making them stronger, or is it? See, physical strongness is not something where you can beating up 10 people wouldn't make you the how is it the influence, is it the money, or is it the way you talk? What made them that is
I would just say money and power. I don't know if they will have any super super brain or some high level of intellectual thing, but I don't know.
No, I mean, do you think now? See, do you think Elon Musk, with the recent rumors around saying that COVID was kind of introduced by this guy, Bill Gates?
Bill Gates.
Yeah. So, in that way, do you think Elon Musk is also part of this Illuminati then, or he is the person who kind of is pulling the threads from the top?
It is very much like we can't deny it. We don't know it, but it's just a possibility out there. But
Yeah.
these days, I just feel that it's not just money or power. I think like you need to have the right. You need to have all these. Like you need to have good financial backing. You need to have government support, and you need to be a big name. Like big name meaning like you need not actually be known countrywide. You can still stay in the shadows, but in the underworld or someone you're pretty famous and you're not someone who can be messed around with. So they know that, and when you have a threat and you can actually successfully neutralize it, or even like on top of neutralizing, you can actually pose an opposing threat. They actually know that.
Implemented toward well, but the formulas were unable to do so.
Sorry.
Cut paste the formulas. Oh, I think I was doing my assignment.
Oh,
That was, I think, the mic left on. Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah, so I was just thinking like it depends on different situations, right? On situation from situation to situation, one could actually be resolved by money, the other one could be resolved by power. So that is like when you're playing this big game, it's like this Game of Thrones. So if do you have the right bag of tricks at the right time, and how can you actually play the rules, like play according to the rules, or even like break it in a way that it actually favors you. So that is how this entire thing is played, right?
But yeah, this is all. I mean, that's what even fascinates me about Hitler. Like Hitler being a beggar, how was he able to convince thousands of people to follow him?
Yeah,
Like,
that's actually like pretty very good example actually.
yeah, like he I mean, if you could just talk, and are people that foolish to listen to someone? How can someone influence thousands of tens of thousands of people to make a follow? And uh, he could actually be a person who could lead a World War II, who could be reason for World War II.
Pretty intriguing, but like it did happen. That's like it's really hard to get our mind around it, especially the ideologies that he's preached.
Yeah. See, when you talk about Napoleon, when you talk about these guys, they've got some lineage. They came from
Yeah,
they were higher kingdom, so they had that thing. But this guy is not. This guy was born on streets. He lived in streets. He grew on street. A normal person has grown to a power where he could actually he became a threat to the entire world.
true. Yeah, yeah.
How can a person what kind of power does he have to possess to become such powerful person?
It's really hard to even really I think the amount of influence or the entire journey is, I mean, that he is led, right? Like we can actually have a session on that alone. Like, so the amount of things that he had to actually do at the street levels to actually become this famous, it could actually take its own episodes. It's just like, but what that guy did is just like, even I've actually wondered at times, like this guy was nowhere, but he's actually done something in its history that has, in a way that has fundamentally affected us.
Exactly.
Like amazing stuff.
Yeah, but again, I guess he has also used religion sort of as his main weapon.
Yeah. He's used religion. He's used science as well to a certain extent.
Yeah.
Saying that certain species of human beings are actually much better. Like Aryans are even a much better race than Jews. Things like that. Yeah. And people did believe him. So, and I think by then he's already had. This was actually the ideology. I mean, and that actually was set against the Jews to get the concentration camps and all, right. So, but to get all the masses to cooperate and to make others believe as well, and also make no mistake, even Britain was actually was convinced by some of his ideologies that they had fascists and all there.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Seriously, when I feel I definitely feel there is a society that is running this world and they are pulling these strings.
Also, I think those are not the, like, we know Illuminati and there is like Freemasonry and those secret societies, but I think it's beyond that. Like, I think we'll never know about it. It will be that secret.
Yeah.
Because Illuminati and all, like, we know about it. It's like, because of, I think, social media, there is some like fake element also. Like, people say like, yeah, this person is Illuminati, that person. मतलब हनी सिंह को बोल रहे थे, या हनी सिंह इल्यूमिनाटी है, सो
हनी
थोड़ा
हनी
वो,
सिंह को इल्यूमिनाटी में लेते भी नहीं है भाई.
हाँ.
उसको उतना उधर वो लोग लाइक ही
नो, एंड आई हैव अ फ्रेंड, उसने एकदम सीरियसली मुझे वो पूछा, अरे डू यू थिंक दैट हनी सिंह इज इन, आई सेड लाइक आई डोंट थिंक सो,
उसका
बिकॉज़ दे उसने कोई ऐसा,
उतना खराब नहीं होगा. हनी हनी सिंह को भी मेंबरशिप दे देंगे.
हाँ.
I don't feel like.
So one thing you guys can look into is, like, if you are interested, you can look into Scientology. Scientology is something that is actually existing in the US. So Tom Cruise. So वो बंदा तो is a very big, वो बड़े आदमी है Scientology पे. So that is like and Scientology is like it's a kind of let's say I can't say it's a very ancient release. It's not even an ancient thing. It's just a modern. It's a modern kind of thought, or even a kind of a religion, I can say. And I was told by my friend that you have an exam for in Scientology and all, and you actually write it. You then pass it, and then you become a member of that Scientology group. And it's actually made up of people who are very, very powerful. And you get to grow in that kind of stature by becoming a very powerful person, and they can actually indulge in things that are let's say not in many ways legal. Like there were cases of people in it's basically made up of people who are very influential, who can get things done, and in ways that are extremely opposite to the laws. And there were cases of people who are top ranks in Scientology who are murdered, and those kind of stuff.
And
this is actually a
no, please go ahead. Please.
This is actually a religion is actually practiced as a religion in the US. Tom Cruise is actually a famous member of Scientology.
Oh.
Yeah.
John Travolta is also the guy from Pulp Fiction. He's also a Scientology guy only.
And most often are not tied up with religion.
Yeah. And Scientology has its own church. It's not. There's nothing related to Christianity, things like that.
But again, see, everything is around belief.
Everything is around belief.
Everything is around belief, and they would, at least the men in power or whatever, they would still keep you at that belief state, but they wouldn't let you make that belief come true, like the way the person of God. That's what I feel.
Yeah.
All these things, they come up with all these things now. Scientology, and we have in India also, we've got these kind of things, right? Where we worship humans. Like I know I've gone to such kind of thing a couple of few years back, where there's a society where they form a group of their own, and they consider one of them, they treat one of them as God. They make him sit in the middle, and they kind of do pujas and everything to them, and then go out. And then after a few days, there could be someone else. It's like treating God, like seeing God in each other. So that is that.
Oh, okay.
I don't remember it. There's some kind of group. I felt so. I was kind of asking questions, or I wanted to ask questions. The people with me asked me not to talk about it. It felt like even in that whatever they've created, right? It was always the people who are at a better position in life, like
Hmm.
who are rich or who are actually at a better who are doing well in their lives, are made to sit in a god position, and everyone else praying around. That
Right.
I felt you lost the purpose. You can't decide a person by the social status, right? If
Right. Yeah.
you
Yeah.
want to make someone god, bring a person sitting on a platform or begging, make him sit in the position of a god, and do pujas to him, do give him offer him something, and then tell us that we treat everyone equally, we see god in everyone. But
Yeah.
this society
Yeah.
this society is a society that is like they all believe in one group, and it like, I felt I couldn't stay much longer there. I came out and I got irritated. So again,
Yes.
this is all again a belief system again.
Yeah. The motives are pretty like ulterior, right? Like it's not like what they market it. It's
Yeah,
not. Yeah. Marketing is one thing, but then the motive is just something different.
exactly. They say that everyone is a god. God is in everyone. We have to treat everyone each other equally. But
Yeah.
you wouldn't do the same thing to a person begging out of that near that temple.
Bro, I would suggest you to actually like read this book on. And I mean, you might have already read this.
No, no.
It's called *Sapiens: Brief History of Humankind*. So it's something that I recently read. So it talks a lot on how we human beings have evolved as a society, and it touches about these, and there's a lot of stuff on a very detailed level that talks about like how human beings have actually like brought god into their lives to influence one another, and they've used god in a way that to benefit the top people, top ranks actually like benefit out of them, the rulers benefit out of them. So I would actually like suggest that you actually go through this is some you'll get a very good feeling as to the emotions that you're feeling these days about the world, right? Like anyone in general has, like, we all share certain common beliefs, and this book will actually help you to understand why is it that we even start actually like thinking this way, certain way about the world. So it's a good one.
I'll give it a try. I don't read books a lot. I bought 3 books and I've read only 100 pages of the first, not 150 odd pages of the first book. I'm yet to complete 2 other books after that.
Right. Right.
So yeah, but I'll
So
put
this
it on the list. Yeah, once I complete those 3, I'll go to this one.
Yeah, just actually this one is actually like pretty interesting from a very historical point of view. Yeah.
Yes. It's all fascinating things, but yeah, we won't get to see anything. But I still feel Elon Musk has created his clone with his mind. Might have already transferred his consciousness. See, think of it, right? He has created that his company created that chip, whatever, the neural link chip.
Monkey, right? Yeah, Neuralink. Yeah.
Neural
Yeah.
chip is already here, and with the recent the studies that came into picture where they could map the entire brain neural structure, the neural map. Think what it can do. You can you all the this chip is actually kind of acting as a missing link. So like if your hand
Yeah.
wasn't working, it was acting like a missing link. Now you could actually create the entire map of your brain, which you could digitalize it. These guys have already might have done that. I feel Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos, all these people might have already created their clones. They don't become see, right? They're close to 60, but they don't. None of them look 60.
Yeah. And who knows, bro? We might be like, the people who are actually like that we are seeing in the TV might be their clones only.
Seriously.
There's like this is like that situation in Prestige whereby like that Nikola Tesla actually creates a machine, and that starts cloning people.
Oh yeah. True. We don't know. Joe Biden is still alive even after with these many things. How could we? He's literally walking corpse, man, and I don't know how
Yeah.
he's still alive.
That guy is like
And these
Pretty crazy stuff.
what?
Pretty crazy stuff, and even at this age, they are actually aspiring to lead countries. I mean, I'm already feeling that once I ride the AI, we will probably retire in life.
Seriously. We don't. I want to live long only if there is this kind of thing where you could kind of if you have what do you call that? क्या बोलते हैं sir? Like you've overcome.
Peaceful life,
Like
ah,
you can at least you can send your consciousness into the next body. If we've living into such kind if we are going into such kind of route, only then I want to live longer. If not,
right,
I want to see the next level of evolutions. What could happen?
right.
Like where you could actually have half human, half humanoid kind of people.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Very much a possibility. Very much. It's looking very much possible. Right now, with all that thing that is actually happening. And as you said, right, it is already there. They're just not revealing it to us.
exactly. I still feel that. I still have a feeling. They already have it there, but they're just not giving it out.
Yeah, just like how they are, unraveling the AI wave right now, right? Like suddenly, you have it as search, and then we all have to actually make peace with it. Maybe this will have its own time. They're just the the upper overlords, the overlords. They still haven't actually thought this is the time.
Seriously, because I started having this kind of feeling during. Have you guys heard of this guy called Pranav Mistry?
Yeah. Yeah, he was there in Spurs, right? And he was the guy who was making some touch-based robots and all.
Not touch-based robots. Back in 2015 or 2014, he's created something called Sixth Sense technology.
Correct. Yeah.
And whatever we are seeing right now, like from last 4 or 5 years, these gesture recognition, now the 3 print swipe the screenshot, and all the pinch zoom, pinch in, pinch zoom, pinch.
Yeah.
They were all created by his team back in 2015, but they were not released till 2020.
Wow.
And he has created recently. You might have seen those QR code right now. You see if you scan a QR code, and if there is an image and if there is a QR code beside it, if you scan it, and you'll see a video being played, like in the Harry Potter movie. If you remember the Harry Potter movie,
Yeah.
in the newspaper, you see the video being played of that thing, right?
Correct. Yeah.
He actually created that back in 2014, where he had a
Wow.
device here, where it has got a camera and a projector here. He was wearing it as.
Wow.
Let me. I guess I can't share the. Okay, let me just stop the live since we are talking other stuff.
Right.
I'm stopping the live. Bye. I'll show.